Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. If you work a traditional job, we currently have 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, and we are at the park bright and early. It is 7:22 in the morning. I got up at 5 with my alarm, snuggled in with this little turd monkey down here. Last night, he joined me. He didn't want to be by himself. Get the kids. I'm going to take a nice stroll before Little League starts rolling in here and it gets super busy. Humidity is up right now. It's definitely heavier than it's been the last few days. And I better start an Apple workout here. Outdoor walk. There we go. And we'll let that run. Get our challenge done for today. It is the 13th of August, so one more day after today and my challenge will be completed. And we do have, as you've seen in the flight footage from home before we left, a really cool cloud-based. Terry said it is actually drizzling at Walmart in Montoursville. So that's maybe another 6 miles away. I think we're about halfway between. You guys are piddling an awful lot considering I took you for a walk at home. Also on this walk, I am going to be testing a new iPhone app called Perla. Matt Haapoja out of Canada. He had quit YouTube for a while, but he's come back. It is a video app that actually lets you shoot in open gate 4x3. Now, I've never heard the term open gate until yesterday. I tried like crazy because Perla sent him 10 QR codes for a free year of the app. They had already been used because the video was a day old, but I do have a 3-day trial. I am not spending, it is a $25 annual app. It gives you all kinds of film options as well, but it will slow the footage down. It makes it very jumpy. They're working on updates to correct that. I don't plan on really doing any of that. I'm just curious on the 4:3 aspect ratio. And any of you that are shooting, you know, content that is the wrong way, vertical, it gives you the option to crop it both ways. Our way around to the new borough building, because as I thought they were paving the parking lot, they did. And they also have that parking lot marked off not for Little League parking. That is for local use only. That's kind of nice that they actually have a dedicated parking lot for people that are just coming to the park. So, all right. Everybody's got their potties out. I'm pretty sniffing for another spotted piddle. I mean, they've been done all their business at home. Oh, no, she's pooping. Alrighty, we are now on the Perla app, shooting 4:3 open gate. Apparently there is only one other app out there that actually allows you to do this. So I have all of the dumb features turned off. In fact, I believe I have it set to ProRes. I do have my Evo set at -8 since 0.7 is not available. So we'll see how this looks and what it takes to edit, but it gives you the options to do a whole bunch of features. So I will try to put a link in the video description from Matt's video so you can get a much better look at what the different effects do and how you can customize looks. It's pretty extensive, but just wanted to see, because this is actually the native of the sensor. The sensors in the iPhones are 4:3. No video sensor is 16:9. So anytime you're filming in a 16:9, you are cropping the image already and to some extent deteriorating the footage. This app gives you the option to deteriorate it with effects baked in. You can add grain, you can add all kinds of crazy things. You can change all different color profiles. I will say Priya looks much more orange in her brown on the screen. Okay, I'm getting no audio chime from this app either, so I'm guessing that does not, I didn't see anything about sound. I do have you in the shift cam, and shockingly, after deleting it and reconnecting it a third time this morning, it actually connected this time around. I haven't used this rig in a while, and I don't know how, for the life of me, I carried this thing around with even more weight on it with all the roads and the handles back in the day. Now, because it's 4.3, aiming it should be pretty easy. Hold on. So there is the 5X 120mm lens. I don't think you have any ability to zoom beyond. Nope, that's just going to be my Evo. And I didn't want to take it to -3. So -1, -0.8. So yeah, once you get to a lens, you're stuck in it. So there's no additional zooming, which is going to keep your quality. Oh, they do love the fence line. Now the nice thing is, if you're watching the camera, not trying to vlog with this thing, there is a huge red box that goes around the image, so you know you are recording, and then you have a timer. I am not using any microphones with this, so that'll be interesting to see. Yesterday, the audio quality, I couldn't really tell the difference. Maybe a little more background noise, and I do have wind noise reduction enabled on the iPhone, and I didn't even know I did that. So this is one of the areas that they just love to sniff along a fence line. Alrighty, so there's the interface, how it looks. Right now I'm on Evo. You can adjust your shutter, your ISO, your white balance. You got audio levels up there. You do have video and camera. You have the option for your grid lines, and you do have like histogram on and off. What is that? And that gives you your footage, which is actually showing footage now. Yesterday it wasn't. This is one thing that Matt was complaining about, was how there's no exit out when you get into menus, and it's not letting me out of this menu. Oh, there we go. Swipe up. That's weird. Okay. So, but that is the 4.3. You do have a 16:9. I think you have a whole bunch of different aspect ratios. You might even have like the letterbox aspect ratio on this. But according to Matt and his crew, this is only one of 2 apps that actually give you the option to get that a little bit brighter. Is that too bright out there? I'm not sure. That might actually look better. Alright, back to the Pocket footage. That's really dark too. I didn't even bother putting my sunglasses on. I might need them as we come back around to the car to do the rest of the lap. But for the start of this, that cloud was covering the sun, but I see the ball field starting to get some sun on it now. Yeah, it's just another one of those options for a camera app for photos and video. Mainly, you know, the idea of being able to use the full sensor on the iPhone and then crop as needed. There are 2 formats that really piss me off with some content creators. I mean, I get it for shorts, to do vertical. And the other is mirrored front camera. Turn that shit off. That is an option on there, and I'm like, hell no. Get that crap off. I want it to be the right way. This camera, the Pocket, actually does, when you turn it around, it does flip the image. It's really interesting when this does turn it around, that it actually has to change things around for you. So the buggies are out this morning already. That's great. I think the humidity, like I said, Terry said in Montoursville it was drizzling. So slept pretty good last night. Went to bed around 10:30, actually 10:23 to be exact. And like I said, got up at 5. Video is exporting from yesterday. And I'm like, all right, let's get the car set up and get out here while it's still cool. And then it dawned on me that when I took them for a little walk at home, it's Little League week. Yesterday was the parade. So it's gonna get busy over here for the next almost 2 weeks. Because it runs from today until, I don't think it's a week long. Maybe. No, I think like next weekend. It's like a week and a half long. So We probably won't be making our way over again unless I can get over here and maybe see a game, which, you know, that's always a struggle because, yeah, I got through security, and with cameras and stuff, they get really fussy. This is one of my favorite trees come fall time. Not doing anything quite yet. Obviously, we're middle of August, but yeah, they paved this parking lot. So the borough people have a nice parking lot and lighting. Sarcasm. I just, the fact that they ripped out the public pool because they couldn't afford to repair it, but they can build this freaking monstrosity. Alrighty, get a nice walk by. Yep, my friend actually, that passed away, actually helped design this. I don't know if he gets any credit for it, but, I mean, public record. Still some unfinished land areas, but now the trick with doing these shots is put it in tilt lock. Now you gotta remember to take it out when you're doing normal. There we have it. What you doing there, buddy boo? What you doing? He's like, this is new. We've never walked on this. Kind of shocked they they just paved the walkway. It makes sense. I mean, it keeps it level, less trip hazards. Yeah. Fresh new parking lot. If they just do this on the other sides, that would be awesome too, because it would definitely keep the dust and dirt down and the rocks getting in your shoes, which I meant to change shoes this morning and forgot to. Well, I decided to skip going up the other pathway because I think we might actually do the wetlands little adventure out that way, so that'll make up the distance that we would have gone up there to go out there. So yeah, we're gonna stop at the car, and I'm gonna grab my sunglasses now because the sun has cleared the clouds and he's beaming in my eyes right through the fence too, so it's given that sun off sun on, and it's like it's very annoying to the eyeballs. Oh, what a change in sky. 22 minutes difference in time. Now we have full sunshine. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any sprinkles here. I always loved this shot. Back in the day, this was always one of the main ones I got. I think because of the open field here and the sky, it always looks so pretty. But it won't be long, especially the way the time is flying here in 2025, that we'll be seeing fall foliage. Tim and I are already discussing our Kanzua trip. We got to get Mr. Baker on the down low on that. But Tim was telling me last year it was no one's fault that we missed it, because literally the Pennsylvania foliage map said Kanzua before peak, and the following week it switched to after peak. He's like, so when was peak? The guy's like, exactly. He's like, huh? And like I said, it is a valley, so there are decent winds. Obviously tornadoes roll through there. Why the bridge is on the ground these days. So it's kind of a crapshoot of when to go. But I think it's reopened at this point. I didn't think they were reopening it that fast. Maybe the project went quicker than expected, because from what we understood was it was going to open for foliage and then close again for more repairs. And I don't think that's the case anymore. You chasing squirrel, Priya? He's up the tree. What you doing, squirrely squirrel? What you doing, buddy? I think I'm looking at you. You are. What you doing? Oh, you're gonna climb higher? Oh, there's more than one of you. Oh boy. Multiple squirrels. The fastest she's moved all morning. She all of a sudden took off. I'm like, what is going on? Dude, you didn't just leave that, did you? I don't think that's you. Come on, Priya, get away from it. Come on. Come on, get away from it. You don't need to sniff other doggies' doo-doo. Come on. Keeping her moving is just a struggle. She just wants to be a basset hound, like, and sniff everything. Shocking. So I did mention earlier that it was the first time that the shift cam reconnected to the iPhone, but I had to literally go into Bluetooth and say connect. I've never had this problem with the shift cam. This one has been a problem ever since. I did bring the Forden with me, but the Forden doesn't have the grip. For those of you not familiar with shift cam, let's see if I can get it on my back pocket. So you basically have a nice handle with a strap and everything. Now this will charge your phone really crappily. Like I said, don't have any of the microphones or anything on it. But yeah, for some reason this particular unit that I bought thinking, oh crap, I really could use that. No, not really. Has been nothing but problems. I should send it back to, I think I got it off Amazon, and it should be covered under my thing, and just be like, it refuses to connect to my iPhone all of a sudden, and see if they won't give me a gift card and just not even bother with another one. Just use a gift card toward supplies for the dogs, maybe, because they're like 150 bucks. They're not cheap. I mean, the Forden was pretty expensive too, and it's way smaller. But I actually have the dedicated case for that now, because the MagSafe version, even with the Apple case, since someone told me that I was using a cheap Amazon case, it had a really good magnet in it. Unfortunately, all the lenses blew out of it, and I threw it away. So there's all kinds of little gadgets you can get, and I would say you're lucky if maybe 10% of them are actually worth the investment. Yeah, I was talking about last night about some of the cool videos I'm seeing with techniques of using panorama and just different cool shots people create. And the challenge for me being a single creator, not really having a team, makes it very difficult. The dogs can't help. You know, that's why a lot of times you see some of these other creators where they'll run ahead, set the camera down, and then do like a walk-by shot. No. I don't know. I've done it maybe a couple times throughout my 11 years. Just not something to me worthwhile, especially with these guys. Going forward, setting a camera up, going back. It's just, these guys would be so confused and flustered. I would never get anything done. We would go on a quarter-mile walk. Well, and then going back and forth a few times, you'd probably maybe make it up, but you know, when we go for an adventure, they're usually pretty decent lengths, so there is definitely people rolling into the field. I figured there would be some practice going on. I know a lot in previous years, but being so early in the morning, I figured it'd be the safest bet, since these guys don't like people, let alone large crowds. Getting here early was our best option. Well, this is definitely overgrown again. They had it opened up really well, and now it's back to being a very narrow pathway getting back in here. Very narrow. Yeah, they need to come through here. There are sticker bushes, like literally crossing the pathway. Cool. Yeah, because this was all mowed down when Mike and I came. I walked all out in there. Mike was yelling at me, "You're not supposed to leave the trail." What'd you jump for, Mateo? Okay, I've never seen a pink sunflower before. That's interesting. I'm glad they kept this lower path opened up, though. I was concerned that they were going to make you go back up and over the top. And this is way more convenient than getting up by the railroad tracks. I think it was a safety concern. Makes sense. Wow. Yeah, they're not maintaining this very well. You can't even really see anything anymore, and the actual wetlands is just full of lily pads. Really, really tall ones. Wow. What a difference. Not sure what month Mike came out when we did this. It wasn't hot, but it wasn't cold either, so. Freaking bugs. They are bad. Alrighty, well, we came, we saw, we're gonna head back now. Because it is way buggier back here than it is on the main path. Holy crap, the shift cam's starting to work after I threatened to return it. Figure I can get a little more zoom in on this and get a picture for Mr. Baker then as well. But yeah, that's all water in there. Maybe, I don't know, with this lack of rain. Might not be right now. That is the park. Alrighty, I'm glad we came as early as we did because it is already suffocating over here, heat-wise. And car says 85 degrees now, but the humidity that I was bragging about that we hadn't had, it's back. Oh, movement air, yay. Alrighty guys, well that is going to be the day. I am going to call it. I just ask if you would like me to try to come over for a game or maybe even more. Let me know in the comments and I will do my best to work around my schedule to come over and shoot some video. Usually I use the big Sony, so I just set up with the microphones and everything and try to get some video of the games. And Little League. It's been a few years since I've done it. In fact, Terry and I were talking about it last night. Last time I came over here was literally the last time I ever saw Kilpatrick. I haven't seen Mike. Well, I saw him at Aldi's once, but for last time we hung out. So that was quite a few years ago. Because it was, I don't know if it was during COVID or right after that, all that crap. 2021 maybe? Is it that long ago? Yeah, I don't know if it's that long ago. And then Tim and I met up and Mike had already left and never hung out again. So, alrighty, thanks for watching. Have a great day and stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow.